I know why you're here. You're interested in seeing what lies beyond the mind of a tainted, horrific man of unspeakable crimes against humanity. Excuse me. I've been trying to get over this cold for a week now. Happy Halloween, everybody. We're back in that season again where a bunch of TV shows and YouTube series that aren't ordinarily scary concoct a ludicrous plotline to justify making a Halloween episode. Well, enjoy.
Brandon was no ordinary kid who liked to play ball, nor did he like to go to the mall. Instead, he'd rather watch an old movie, because let's face it, they are pretty groovy. One Halloween, when he was just a boy, he sat with his mother and her dear husband Roy.
My dad is not named Roy.
They watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, the holiday treat. Brandon muttered,
"Jack, how I wish we could meet."
Jack turned to the camera and asked, "Are your parents asleep?"
Yeah, my father, who I guess is named Roy now, appears rather deep.
"Kill them now. There is a knife in the kitchen. Aren't you tired of all their—"
Hey, I don't want this video to get an age restriction.
Brandon screamed and ran into his room, a horrible insight on his parents' pending doom.
You can kill Roy if you want to. I really don't know why he's in my house.
Brandon was never the same. He had become rather lame. He drew many sketches of the man who's rather unfit. Here is just one example of it. Many years had passed and he felt more alive. The nightmare incident was an illusion from when he was 5.
I didn't see that movie until I was 13.
The macabre thought, like Hannibal Lecter, would return to him in a movie from the same director. Coraline was a film by Henry Selick, but this time it wasn't about old Saint Nick. He went to an empty theater all alone, where no one could hear him shriek nor moan. The movie began just as it should. Then came the other mother, wearing a dark hood. With a grin she spoke, "Draw my daughter, with big button eyes whom I wish to slaughter." Then, with a couple of strokes and a line, Brandon drew Coraline.
Why would I bring my sketchbook to a dark theater?
Looking back to the movie with a nervous eye, the mother said, "Your parents, they must die." Brandon shrieked and ran to a hotel.
Great, we already did Poltergeist. Now we're gonna rip off The Shining?
In a hotel all alone, he grew rather hot. No matter what he tried, he could not escape this thought. His sketches only got worse, for what had brought up this curse? He drew pictures of hell, he shrieked at church bells. He had become mad, and he thought he'd do something very bad. It happened one Halloween night. Brandon grabbed a knife and turned off the light. He drove to his parents. They heard the doorbell ring. When they opened the door, Brandon started to sing.
I see bones of white, flying blood too.
Brandon, what are you doing?
Everyone dies. Soon you will too.
What have you done?
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Okay, I admit it. That's pretty creepy.
The deed was done, but Brandon did not run. He walked down the halls, looking at pictures on the walls. He saw a picture of his sister.
I don't have a sister.
Despite all his plotting, he completely missed her. She lived far away and he wanted her dead.
Narrator, please, stop while you're ahead.
He went to his hotel to decide her fate. Friday the 13th seemed an appropriate date. He sketched some more, from the backyard they grew up in before.
Okay, this drawing is based on a video game.
He made one last sketch before carrying out his devilish act, a drawing of the man he had become, as a matter of fact. He took one last look at his sister before she was dead. Then he dropped a piano on her head.
I'm shaking. Let me guess. Now I disappear into the woods.
Brandon was happier than he had ever been. He disappeared into the woods, never to be seen or heard from again.
My email address and phone number are in the description if you need to get into contact with a freelance graphic designer. I love you, Mom and Dad. Like this video, subscribe, thanks for watching, and have a happy Halloween.